Hey guys, I'm back with another video. This video is about a question that I have. Okay, I'm also an amateur astronomer, so I love watching the skies. As much I love watching astronomical anomalies as much as I love watching the skies for UFOs. Okay, now I've seen a lot of things. Like I said in the last video about I saw an exploding star once, in my mom's old house. Um, I've seen Mars when it was at perigee. Now, perigee means when the orbit of the planet Mars actually comes closer to our viewing distance. Where you can actually see the shape as well as all of the cool things on the planet. I saw the polar ice caps. I saw little dark patches on the surface, which probably could have been Olympus Mons, or it could have been that huge Grand Canyon-like structure on Mars, which they say is deeper and larger than the Grand Canyon itself. Um, I've seen all kinds of stuff. Like I've seen star clusters. I've seen a lot of things. My question to anyone else out there who may be an amateur astronomer, who probably does a lot more than I do, as far as knowing how to measure the distance between us and that star way out there. Okay, now I have learned a lot about different stars like Cephids. What do you call those? I can't think of the words, but it's two stars that orbit each other. Anyway, I've heard of how they can measure the distance between two stars, where you can be looking at a star way out there that may be 30,000 light years away, 40,000 or even more. Okay, so my question to you, my fellow astronomers out there, and my UFO people, and whoever else, if you're looking at a star, right? This is a conversation I had with a coworker of mine at work. If you're looking at a star, right, and it happens to be way out there, is that star a part of our Milky Way? I don't know. I always thought that any star that you see in the sky is actually a part of the Milky Way, because they say each star that makes up the diameter of the Milky Way. And we're talking about 100,000 stars, okay? 100,000 stars makes up the entire galaxy, okay? And it's 100,000 light years in diameter, okay? So by us being within the arm of one of the Milky Way spirals, if we were to take a rocket ship and travel to the center, the core of the Milky Way, we would be dead before we got there, because it's just that far. The span of the Milky Way goes beyond our lifetime. Okay, so the stars that make up the galaxy, okay, they're so far apart that they would never touch each other. Especially if, let's just say, there's a rumor, well, not a rumor, it's a fact actually, that the Milky Way and Andromeda are on a collision course. Okay, we don't know when that's going to happen. Well, they have seen thousands and thousands of collision courses between two galaxies, where when they merge, they turn into this huge, like, this swirling mass of galaxies. It turns into a double, a deuce galaxy, okay? And it becomes a brand new name, a brand new galaxy, okay? Now, they say that if those stars are just compiling against each other, the two galaxies are conjoined together. They never touch because they're so far apart. Even if they are together to make up one huge galaxy, they're so far apart they never even clash. So there's a good chance that we'll still be alive at that point. So that's, like I said, my question to you. If y'all can answer that question, if you see a star way out there, is that star still a part of our own galaxy? Because we got probes that are trying to reach outside the outer layers of our galaxy so that we can see what it looks like from a distance. Now, the Voyager probe is still on a course to reach the outskirts of the galaxy. So you got stars that may sit atop of our galaxy. They're pretty far apart, like I said. So if we see a star, once again, is that star a part of our own galaxy, or is it just a separate like entity outside of our own galaxy? Like I say, those stars that we see out there, they say that these are stars of the past because of the Big Bang theory. The Big Bang, it just went out in all directions. So what you see way out there in the distance, out in the darkness of space, you are actually looking back in time. Okay, you're looking in the past. So all those stars, all those fresh looking galaxies you see out there, like okay, there was that photo that they took when they used the Hubble Space Telescope to look at a certain patch in the sky, and it was a patch of galaxies, young galaxies from way back. I forgot what they called it, but I mean, these were fresh galaxies I'm talking about, and they were so close together. Because they say back when everything was so close together, everything was just hot and boiling. But because of everything spreading out in all directions, that's why the area of space that we're in is so cold and frigid, and freezing because all the heat from the galaxies and the stars and all that other gas, it's not heating up that area anymore. That's why everything is so cold. We freeze like that. Our body was ever exposed to. So if you guys can answer me that question, I greatly appreciate it. Okay? Like I said, I have seen so many beautiful things in the sky with my telescope over here. It's a high-powered telescope, with the remote control and everything. So many beautiful things. I've seen exploding stars, like I said earlier. Well, only one exploding star. I've seen UFOs. I've seen the Orion's constellation. If you were to look at the Orion's constellation, if you look at the Orion's belt, okay, to let you know where to look, the star that makes the first of the three stars on the left that makes up the Orion's belt, okay, there is an area, I believe it's in between the first and the second star, or it could be that other star below the first one on the left. Okay, if you've seen the Orion's constellation, you know how it looks. Okay, you got three stars here, one star up here, and one star on this side, and there's two stars on the bottom and one in the middle. That's directly below the first star on the left. That, my friends, is Orion's sword. Okay, that's where that second star comes from. Now, there was two stars that made up the arrow or the bow for of his bow and arrow, but those two stars are gone. They obviously exploded thousands and thousands of years ago, which is why there is only one star left, which makes up the point of the arrow itself. Okay. I think at that point, that star below the very first star on the left is where you can see the Orion's constellation. Now, I've seen that up close, where it looks like, I think they said there's a part of the Orion's constellation where you can actually see the Horsehead Nebula. Okay, and you got the Horsehead Nebula, and then you have Orion's constellation, and the Orion Nebula. I saw the Orion Nebula, and it's these big, bright balls, stars that make up the mass of the Orion's constellation. Or, yeah, the Orion Nebula, that is. So, like I said, if you can answer me that question, please send me some feedback. I would love to know. If you know more than I do. Now, I've always learned or always known those stars to be an intrinsic part of our galaxy, the Milky Way. So, if someone out there can tell me something different, let me know. Okay, I'm here to give you feedback. I'm here to give you information and stuff that I know. Because, like I said, I haven't talked about my experience of being an amateur astronomer, the things that I have learned over the past. Now, I've learned a lot about Cepheus, uh, um, dual stars that orbit each other, in a dance where they just spin around until they actually implode in on each other. Well, not implode, but they actually crash into each other over time. Okay, and the fact that we're actually losing our moon. So each time that moon is orbiting our Earth, it's getting further and further away. Because if you think about it, they have talked about how in the past the moon was actually closer to the Earth. So each year, it's just getting further and further away. And the fact that the moon was actually a part of the Earth. Yeah, they talked about how this rogue planet slammed into the very first Earth, and a huge chunk of the Earth shot out on the other side from the impact. And when it coalesced, that's when it turned into the moon. Now, astronauts that went onto the moon kicked up some dirt on the moon, and they saw orange dirt underneath it, which means that it was once, on fire, or it was still coalescing into the actual moon. So, if you guys can answer that question, I greatly appreciate it. You know where to find me on these videos, so hit me up, give me some feedback, let me know if I'm correct about what I saw, or what I know, Hey, I may not know. I'm not an expert. That's why I said amateur astronomer. So if you guys can give me some feedback, let me know. I would definitely love to know the truth about that. If those stars that you see in the distance are actually a part of the Milky Way, or just stars that's out there. Now, deep field. Okay, the deep field photos. That's what they called that when they looked at that one patch of space where you saw all this like a cluster of galaxies in one spot. That's what they call it, deep field. That's what they call it. Okay. So I knew, but I couldn't think because I hadn't heard that term in a long time. Okay, like I said, I watch a lot of science shows about these things. Like they got a new show called the first one was called The Universe. Now they got a new one out called How the Universe Works, which is very good. And if you watch it on HD, they have some killer graphics. It's amazing. You can see how the sun looks. You can see how all these other things look in space. It's quite invigorating. I love watching it. It's a very good show. It comes on every night on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I believe. I think the season is over. That's the funny thing about shows nowadays. It's weird. Before, you would see an entire season, but the season would have like 3 episodes, and boom, the season is over. Then you gotta wait until like the fall of the year or the summer to see another season that's only like 3 or 4 episodes long. It's weird. Back in the day, they had a ton of shows to show you for an entire season, and now everything is so short. I don't know why. It's weird. I watched, the Taps, Ghost Hunters. Their shows only last about maybe 3 episodes, and then the season is already over. I'm like, what the heck? Really? That made no sense. So now I had to wait a whole 2 years before they started coming back on again. So now they're supposed to be coming on sometime this month, and I will be watching. I love that show. There's a rumor going around on the internet saying that Ghost Hunters is faked. I doubt it, because I know a ghost when I see it, whether it be on TV or not. It's, hey, you never know. But Jason Hawes and the rest of the crew. Oh, check this out. If you know about Grant, who's one of the original cast members of the show, he's coming back. I don't know if it's just for that one episode, but yay, that was my boy. He was one of them guys, he never cursed. He always said, what the frig? What? Really? What the heck is what the frig? But hey, that's his version of saying what the fuck. Excuse my French. I don't know if you can say fuck on YouTube. Yeah, I know you can. I'm just saying. But that's what he said. He said, what the frig? It's funny, but hey, the man don't curse. He's got kids, to watch his show, so he gotta watch his mouth. But anyway, I am so glad I'm on here. I'm talking about it. So if anybody can give me some feedback on that, let me know. I gotta go because I only got about 10 seconds left. So word of mouth. Wait a minute. Aloha, mahalo, mahui ho.